Well, Matt, thanks for taking the time and excited to work with you on this important search for UHS. Would love to just begin by learning a bit about kind of your background and what brought you to the school and your style of leadership as you take the helm of a great institution.
Yeah, well, this is my ninth year as a head of school. Just arrived in July and have finished about 6 months at UHS. And after being here for 6 months, it confirms everything that I was hoping the school would be when I accepted the job over a year ago. A really thoughtful, intentional learning culture that's here. Dynamic students, certainly faculty, super engaged and talented. Very talented senior administrative team, and everyone is singularly aligned that we are all here to help students thrive and reach their full potential, and that every student will have a sense of belonging at the school. And those were certainly themes that I picked up on when I was applying for the job, and have certainly come to be true in living here every day. And it's our mission talks about it being a place where there's a spirited pursuit of knowledge, and that is definitely evident in every classroom you walk in, every open space you walk into on campus. You see kids engaged in ideas. One of our students described it, what I love about UHS is that everyone here, teachers and students, is nerding out about something. And I think that is a perfect description of our community, and really all the way through, parents and trustees and all the way through. So it's a really joyful learning environment. So I'm excited to be here. I definitely, over the course of my career, have had experience working closely with the director of technology in multiple institutions. Most notably, I wrote a book called From Fear to Facebook, based on my experiences at Nueva in launching a one-to-one laptop program. And really, the book focuses on school culture and how to build community through technology as a vehicle, and not to be fearful of technology, but to see it as an opportunity for learning. And that's certainly the philosophy that I adopt in my work with technology. I think this position at UHS is a really exciting point in time in the school's trajectory. We're coming up on our 50th anniversary as a school. We were founded in 1975, and we have an exciting capital project that's going to open on 3150 California Street, a 50,000 square foot building that'll be focused on STEM. There's a new gymnasium, community spaces, and I think a really exciting moment for the school to change its front door from being on Jackson facing away from the city to be on California Street facing into the city of San Francisco, and all that entails in terms of access to the school for a broader community in San Francisco Bay Area, as well as programmatically, how can we reach into the city of San Francisco and all that we're trying to do as a school. And I think, in this role in particular, there's an opportunity to really think holistically as we're heading towards opening a new building about the entire campus in terms of technology infrastructure systems that we want to use to enable teaching and learning to happen, as well as collaboration with our academic leadership team on envisioning what the future of learning is, and technology is one of the vehicles that we'll be using for that. We have a really strong focus on DEIB. It's really foundational to who UHS is. The school was founded on the principles of equity and excellence, and those principles are as true today as they were back in 1975 when the school was founded. In 1978, we established the Breakthrough Program, which is a signature program of the school. We're the first breakthrough site in the country, and now there are multiple sites throughout the United States, and that it really is a foundational program to who we are. So an exciting time to be joining our community. And I think somebody who's entrepreneurial, enterprising, collaborative, and excited to be part of the future.
And that future, you talked earlier about the front door, which literally could physically change. And then you sort of extrapolated to this could really be a redefining moment for the school. I just want to ask, do you see this as a possible complete reimagination of what either high school in an urban environment like San Francisco means? Is it kind of changing the academic playbook for what's going to be the type of experience you hope UHS students have? Give me a little window into not just the front door changing, but what that could mean in 5 to 10 years for the students who attend UHS at that point?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we have coming up next week is our Independent Study Symposium. We offer over 100 independent studies to our students, and right now, students work closely with a faculty mentor or a staff mentor, depending on what the topic is. And I sort of see the opportunity to expand the reach of that program with external mentors to support our students as they're doing this kind of work and looking into the resources of the city. For example, UCSF is right around the corner. We have a lot of families who work at UCSF as professors, in medicine and obviously with biotech in the Bay Area. That's another opportunity. The university is just around the area, and sort of we're also thinking about time differently as we're opening the new building. We're going to have to redesign and reimagine our daily schedule. We're also rethinking assessment in terms of how we're evaluating students. We're also looking at constantly what does it mean to be a diverse community of learners, and how do we support all learners to reach their full potential. But I think there's a moment where we're going to be, where we're already starting to think about external partnerships outside the walls of the city, and really using the city as more of a learning laboratory as part of our programming.
Exciting. And you mentioned Nueva briefly, and for those who don't know, that's a school in the Bay Area. You have a very diverse background. You've worked in many different types of schools. Just talk about your educational experience, your philosophy around independent school education. What excites you, and what do you bring in your playbook as you come to UHS in this first year?
Yeah, I think for me, I was a classroom teacher for 14 years and taught history and coached basketball and soccer during that time period as well. And I think I always bring that lens into everything I do, the teaching lens and classroom culture. And the way I look about leadership in schools is it's, for me as the head of school, it's a bigger classroom, but it's still a lot of the skills that I acquired as a classroom teacher in terms of how to build trust in the classroom space, how to communicate effectively, how to help people collaborate, how to help people reach their goals, and also set high standards, but also have pathways for people to reach that going forward. And I've worked at schools on the East Coast, the West Coast, K-12s, 6-12s, K-8s, and now a 9-12. So I've had a really rich, diverse background in terms of the schools that I've worked in. But I think the through line for me, certainly with independent schools, is the glue of community in all those different schools. And particularly here at UHS, there's a really strong sense of community. And community is, the way I think about it here at UHS is a place where people show and share mutual concern for each other. And I think that's really part of the fabric of UHS. And we have systems, like our mentor program, which is nationally recognized in terms of how to support students. But I think we also do a really wonderful job of building culture and community among the adult community. And we really, Nassif Iskander, our assistant head of school, leads an internal research team, which takes a look at the experiences that we're all having in the community, students and adults, and mapping belonging and thinking about how we're making progress in that area.
You mentioned Nassif and you talked about the adults. We called out in the document for those who are exploring this opportunity, some of the leaders at your school. And just, if you don't mind, just describing the types of partnerships the next director of technology can expect. From my lens, you've had a CFOO who is extremely engaged and hands-on and sort of IT investment. On the flip side, Nassif and Byron and others are really thought leaders and personally excited about technology and innovation. Talk more holistically about the team and just the types of partners this next director of technology can expect to work with.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, several key folks, but I think the academic side of the house with Nassif and Byron leading it is so strong, and the program at university is really, I think, unmatched. You'd be hard pressed to find a program as rich and diverse as the one that we have, and it's because of the leadership of Nassif and Byron, and they're both well versed in the uses of technology and really need a thought partner to help lead the academic program, to higher levels. And then on the infrastructure side of the house, Michael is our CFOO, is someone who is, a really strong partner, understands technology, and the schools at a point, like lots of independent schools, we're trying to enhance our infrastructure. We're trying to move everything into the cloud, get away from physical servers and those kinds of things. And I think as we're opening the new building, we want to use that as an opportunity to set up the model at the highest functioning level. And then how can we set up our entire campus in the same way so that we can optimize everything that we're doing to advance student learning.
That's great. Just any final thoughts, or kind of, as someone thinks about, could this be the right role for them? Either maybe a thought about what it's like to work at UHS, or kind of the culture of innovation that will be a great match for somebody, or just conversely, what you're really hoping for, what you feel is going to be the right skill set, and what you're looking for to bring to the table at this point.
Yeah, I mean, one thing which is sort of outside the job description, but what I would say characterizes the culture of UHS, we laugh at UHS, like we have a good time. We enjoy working with each other. We take our work seriously, but not ourselves too seriously. We definitely try to find moments in community where we as adults put ourselves out there and take risks so kids see us doing silly things, and it's part of the signature of the culture. It is a school that is very thoughtful and intentional about innovation. It's a school that never stands still. It's a school that does not rest on its laurels. And that's something that drew me to the school, is a place that has a moving sense of purpose, and that really thinks about systems and processes to preserve culture as change is happening along the way. And again, I think you'll find the community of adults here to be incredibly smart, incredibly invested, like our students and our families, and with really an interest in intellectual inquiry. So if you're looking for that kind of an environment, then this would be the job for you.
And I agree on the laughter side. I've enjoyed many a laugh with you, and I've appreciated your sense of humor, and you clearly embody both that intellectual pursuit of excellence and innovation, combined with levity and just enjoyment and joyfulness. I think I can pick up for sure when walking the grounds. Great talking to you, and we look forward to working with you. And thanks for your time, Matt, for sure.
Great, thanks, Gabe.